beam, and we put in the qualification rank as well. Li Shijia from China leads it off. Matarere from Canada, all the way down to Kara Aker, who initially didn't make it. She was 10th, but the 3-athlete per country rule, plus Ellie Black withdrawing from this final, she gets in. It's an even deeper story to tell there, too, which we will. Simone Biles qualified number 1, and then Flavia Saraiva from Brazil will round out the field here on beam. Well, talk about Simone making history, and it did start in the qualification.
Right here, double twisting, double back. Nobody in the entire world has ever done that. Now goes down in the code of points as the Biles.
2 flips, there's a twist, there's another twist. As you said, Nastia, never been done, but there's been a lot of controversy here at these World Championships. It was only given 1/10 higher of a difficulty value than a full twisting double, which makes no logical sense. USA Gymnastics appealed. FIG came back and said it is a safety issue, but it's not right.
All right, start off with the 15-year-old from China, Li Shijia, who qualified 2nd.
And China had really a disastrous team competition. Finishing off the podium, Italy upset them, and already 2 pretty big balance checks.
Supposed to connect all 3 of those elements.
This is big here. Awesome.
Gorgeous.
Relatively new combination that is earning favor with a lot of gymnasts. Gets good points for it. And also very exciting. That handspring front.
As you saw, she qualified into this final in 2nd place, just behind Simone, 0.3 of a point.
So you heard that tone. That means she has 10 seconds to complete her routine. If she doesn't, she'll incur another deduction. And great dismount, double pike, but she is over time by 1 second, so an additional 1/10 off.
Entered the World Championships as a 15-year-old. Turned 16 during the competition. Li Shijia.
Here's that connection. So she was trying to connect these 2 leaps together into a back handspring. So 3 elements in a row she was supposed to connect. So she broke 2 of those connections. And plus the slight wobble, so.
Right, and you know, you say, well, why would you have a routine that is too long? You would make it the right amount of time. She would have easily done that if she had connected those skills. She had 2 pauses in between then. Probably cost her at least 3, if not 4 or 5 seconds.
There's that dismount, so double back flip in a pike position, shoulders up on the landing. That's what the judges are looking for. Obviously that stick, but the position in your chest and shoulders when your feet hit the mat.
Just in case you're wondering, the music during that beam routine was very loud. That is not choreographed. That's just Nat sound in the arena. At times it's been a little bit like a disco in here.
Commentators are very close together too. That gets loud at times.
It does. It does. I've heard that some people have had a problem.
Oh, have you?
Sound problems, taxi problems. There are a few, but it's been a great week other than that.
It's just such a shame, though, because the Chinese, all of them are so unbelievably fabulous on beam, but they don't get the job done. You see that penalty of 1/10 of a point? That is for the overtime.
So 14.3 is the number as Anna Adarerayu from Canada gets set, the 17-year-old who won a silver medal on beam at the World Championships last year.
And her teammate, Ellie Black, who had a fantastic Worlds, was 4th in the all-around on her last event. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
And that may not look difficult, but those turns, they're called wolf turns. They can be the demise of just about anyone. Started to say Ellie Black injured herself on vaulting, high ankle sprain, had to withdraw from the finals, so she got a second chance. Beautiful combination, but looking very rattled. I thought she was very off right after the first layout step out and not rotated enough.
Yeah, didn't quite just get the rotation that you need. Obviously, she was a little crooked, but sometimes you're able to fix that in the air if you have enough height and rotation, and just wasn't able to pull it off. You know, Tim, you talk about the music that you hear right now in the background. That's just very not typical, because normally there are 3 other events going on at once in the event finals. It really is one event, one athlete at a time. You feel a little bit more pressure when you know all eyes are on you.
2.5, double full right there. That's a shame. 2 falls, a point off for each one.
It is a different dynamic in an event final. But then you take a Simone Biles who knows all eyes are on her.
Always.
Anytime.
Exactly.
The dreaded wolf turn, where she's down low to the beam, tries to spin around 3 times and off the balance beam. In training, I was watching, before everything really even got going here, and a number of athletes, oh yeah, way off to the side right there.
Didn't quite open her hips up in the air. That would have given her some more rotation. And it seemed like that first skill was pretty straight, but really it was after the second one going into the third.
This is a rule they got to modify.
I agree with you.
On the women's side, they allow a sea-level dismount, whereas in the past it would be a deduction. You would lose bonus points, and it just doesn't encourage exciting stuff and what she's capable of doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, the C dismount, every single skill and on every event has a different grade of difficulty, starting with an A, going all the way up, but
and each letter that you go up, it's another 10th. A is 1, B is 2, all the way on up to Simone's double off beam that is an H.
Which should be higher.
It should be a J.
So sub 12 for Adarerayu from Canada. Home crowd getting it going for Sarah Voss, the 19-year-old.
Beautiful combination series right there. 3 skills in a row.
Oh.
There you go. A lot of times the leaps don't look as difficult, but they can be, and sometimes even more difficult. I would not give that, though, too long of a pause. She's trying to get some extra tenths of a point by combining elements together.
the dismount right here. So nice 2.5 twist, big hop, but as we mentioned, that dismount right there, a D level of difficulty, so a little bit more difficult than the last.
Despite dealing with a foot injury, she got to the all-around finish 10th and helped Germany qualify for the Tokyo Olympics. Sarah Voss. Sarah Voss into second place, 13.266, as Melanie De Jesus dos Santos from France is underway on beam.
Gorgeous. And Melanie is just such a phenomenal athlete, has struggled a little bit here. Few falls. Was really vying for that all-around podium. Unfortunately, just did not have a great day. Multiple falls.
And the entire delegation of France, a lot of people had them in the hunt with Italy for an outside shot at a team bronze, but just didn't happen during the team finals. Just a beautiful gymnast. Double top. There you go. No one likes to finish a competition on a bad note, and it wasn't good for her the last time out in the all-around finals.
Qualified for both beam and floor, so we'll see her a couple of times today. Melanie De Jesus dos Santos.
Beautiful back layout, her hips pretty open, looking for all the way around. Could have just gone just a little bit more for being extra picky.
Got to be friends with Simone Biles. Actually has spent time at her training camp, Biles gym. Saw the other day Simone watching closely and cheering her on.
As you mentioned, Tim, just such a beautiful gymnast and kind of has it all, the grace, the beauty, flexibility, but the power and the strength as well.
Yeah, she does, and that's a rare combination. You know, a lot of times you can be really elegant and, you know, have this artistic feel for the sport, and usually maybe not quite as powerful. She has everything.
These numbers, 14.3. That's what she would need to take the top spot. Voss in second right now. It's a contingent from France. Yeah, she was fifth and sixth in the all-around the last couple of years, so it was really disappointing that performance in that final. 13.662, so a long way from Lee's number in the second.
Actually, she got a 15.2 maximum starting score, and in
Well
qualifications, she had a 15.7. What happens is the judges evaluate what they see, not what the gymnasts were planning to do.
All right, here is the reigning world balance beam champ, 19-year-old Liu Tingting from China.
And really wants to redeem herself in the team finals. 2 falls on bars, then went to beam, fell again. She said, I'm a veteran. That is unacceptable. I shouldn't have let it get to me like that. Here we go. Hangs on. That routine that she won the gold medal last year at Worlds, it was absolute poetry in motion, just gorgeous everything, but you see all these little doubts, I think, Nastia.
Yeah, she doesn't really seem like she's off. was great.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, it's about being patient, not rushing to finish and move on to that next skill. She qualified into this final in third place, was broke that connection right there. She was about to say she was over time. So let's listen. So that's your warning. So now she has 10 seconds.
I think she's going to make it.
She does.
Double full. The clock says 1 minute, 28 seconds, so she finished with no time deduction. It is a very good routine, absolutely, but she's capable of better. She had a couple of balance checks. You pointed out, Nastia, at the end. She didn't connect something.
Really difficult combination, going 2 forward elements in a row.
That was gorgeous right there. That's called a ring leap, and so many gymnasts at this competition have been just really brutalized. They think they're getting a certain level of skill, and they don't give it. The judges don't. There it is right there, once again.
There's that dismount, so just a double full here. And really, when you're doing a dismount that's, you know, a C-level difficulty, so not as difficult as so many, you cannot give away a single tenth.
But see, that's why I think the FIG made a mistake with that. It just, you know, it historically has not been allowed. She would have, you know, incurred deductions on top of that, and she's capable of doing more.
13.966.
So you see they actually raised her difficulty score by a few times.
We'll talk more about that in a moment, too, because the next gymnast who is set to go. Liu qualified third right behind Li, who is the leader, and then Chen Yila from China qualified fourth, so she's not here. 2 athletes per country, and that tops it, 14.433 on top of the leaderboard. Two athletes from China, 1-2 right now. And Kara Aker is next, the 16-year-old from Grand Valley, Missouri. Told you the 2 athlete per country rule. Also Allie Black withdrawing, so she gets in, but there's even more drama back to the qualification as she gets underway.
Gorgeous. She keeps her beam moving, but what happened was she competed, and they only gave her a starting score of 15.8. The USA coaches thought that was too low. They put in an inquiry, and they came back, lowered it by 0.4 of a point. They have spoken with officials and judges here. They don't agree with it, but they're making some modifications to this routine to try to alleviate that.
Well, you know, I think the most, wow, beautiful, the most upsetting part about it was that the USA was in the last round of qualifying in the competition, and she was basically already guaranteed a spot before they put in that inquiry.
Yeah, she was in, then out after the inquiry, and then, of course, Allie Black, scratching from balance beam, moved her up, and she gets her shot again.
What a range of emotions. Great connection right there.
Nicely
a little
done.
off on her switch lead, but didn't seem to bother her. And 2.5 twists right here. She'll actually add a back handspring. Round up back handspring, 2.5.
Pretty darn good.
Advanced to the beam final last year, and also a second on beam in the U.S. National Championships the last couple of seasons.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what the judges value this routine as. Once again, in qualifying, 15.8, then lowered to 15.4. In the team championships, though, she did a routine that was 16.0, and in the U.S. and at the Pan American Games had a routine that was valued at 16.6. Has long been known for her tremendous abilities on balance beam, but really wants to be considered. Wow, she was
very crooked.
But that's what the great ones do. You know, they're presented a challenge and they don't fade. They keep it going, and she did, because wow, she could have been completely off on that, either the roundoff or the back handspring.
Kara, who was born in China, and it's a gymnast from China sitting alongside in the lead right now. So we get the number for Kara Aker, and then it's Simone Biles going after medal number 24 and gold medal number 18. Kara Aker waiting for the number. Liu Xingting, the leader. There it is. An even 14. So Aker goes into third place overall. And now Simone Biles on beam. Already had the record for gold medals coming in. That number's up to 17 at the World Championships now.
That really tricky skill. You don't see Simone struggle on that too often.
Big test right here. 3 elements in a row. Back handspring to 2 layouts. Perfect.
Wow. You know, she was very upset with her performance in Rio on balance beam. Certainly thought she could come away with a gold medal. We've heard her say outside of the competition hall that if there's one medal she wants most in Tokyo, it is a gold on balance beam. But you heard from her coach that...
To her coach right before, she will not be doing the double twisting double back here.
Just a full in. She doesn't... She probably doesn't need to do it. It's a shame, though. If it was valued at the right level.
And here's that wolf turn that, not always my favorite, but the way she does it is just perfection.
You see a lot of gymnasts that struggle to make it around, and she is like...
Could add a few more.
Warp speed. Fantastic right there.
Here's that connection. I mean, even in slow motion, it just looks so quick. That's exactly what the judges are looking for.
So she had a 16.5 maximum score in qualification, but she did the double-double, which gave her only 1/10.
Oh.
Oh, and tears. What must that be like?
It's got to be on top here. It's just...
Two-time world champ already on beam. Supposed to be a 3-time champ. Get her 24th medal. That's happening overall, and 18th gold.
She'll become the most decorated world champion gymnast, male or female, surpassing the great Vitaly Sherbo.
They've got to give it to her.
And they do. 15.066 on top is Biles. Number 1 again.
And that will be hard to challenge, that's for sure.
And we knew it, but that is medal number 24. Nobody, no male, no female, has ever had 24 medals at the World Championships.
Unbelievable, just incredible.
So one more gymnast to go. Flavia Saraiva, the 20-year-old from Brazil.
Brazil just unfortunately had such a devastating round of qualifications.
Oh boy. And she, though, has been fantastic at these World Championships.
As I was saying, they unfortunately didn't qualify their team to the Olympic Games. Flavia herself earned an individual spot in the all-around.
They lost an athlete to injury while they were here, and really their top all-around gymnast tore her ACL again. I think she has 3 of them, Rebecca Andrade. She is hoping to make a comeback and qualify through what's called the Continental Championships in the all-around.
Just such a stunning routine here, minus that first fall. You know, we talk about those bring leaps so often, and Flavia does them so well. There's one right there. See her head goes all the way back, looking up past the ceiling.
And so that means they lose sight of the balance beam, which you don't really
never
like
want to do.
doing.
It's just the dismount. Double pike. Such a shame. Such a great routine for her.
It was great. She's got one more shot, though. She is also in the floor exercise finals. But up until that fall on that super hard, super gorgeous layout from a round off, she has been phenomenal.
Here's that fall you see on her round off. Her feet were already almost off the beam there, and unfortunately, just no matter how high or how much rotation she had, she wasn't able to save that one. But this was gorgeous. Same combination we saw Simone Biles do.
Perfect. I mean, literally perfect. Like to see the double pike. Pretty good body position on the landing. The smallest of steps. Only 1/10 of a point for that.
Disappointing week, though. Simone waits for that number for the final gymnast, Saraiva from Rio de Janeiro.
So Simone is going to be about 6/10 better than the second place gymnast. And she's like that on so many events, it's scary.
She was talking about the fact that she kind of wished there was someone there challenging her at this point.
The one person that comes closest didn't have a great all-around meet, and that's her teammate, the 16-year-old Suni Lee. I used to say Simone can fall for sure 2 times, 3, maybe even 4. With someone like Suni, if she hits, I don't think that's the case.
13.4 into 6th place, so now it is really official. Another gold medal. It's the 4th here in Stuttgart at these World Championships for Simone Biles. Liu Tingting from China, the silver, and Li Shijia, the bronze medal. So a couple of athletes from China on the podium, but that top step belongs to Simone Biles. Kara Aker almost didn't make it into this final, ends up in 4th. So the 24th medal at the World Championships, 18 gold medals now for Simone. And she is not done yet. A little bit later, we will see her try to capture gold on floor. Gets it done on beam. Add another one to the collection for the greatest gymnast of all time.